last year, and I think Houston's going to knock them out. And I think we're going to be looking at Houston Cubs or Houston Brewers, and Houston's going to win a second World Series.
I'm not going to lie to you. What I think when it comes down to it is whoever goes to the World Series.
It's an AL year.
It's an AL year.
Absolutely.
And there's no other team
and
in the NL that is going to beat the Cubs.
No.
And
who
would you put if they could beat the Cubs?
I don't really pay a lot of attention to the NL, so I know the Brewers are somewhere in there, and they're pretty close to the Cubs. Last time I looked, I think they were 3.5 games behind the Cubs. I think the Phillies are right up there too, but they're not a very good team. I mean, at all.
Damn, shots fired, man.
Sorry. I mean,
it
is what it is.
I hear you.
You know, because the NL is just garbage this year anyway. It's gonna be whoever's the best out of that playing the best AL team. Obviously, it's a World Series, but it's gonna be AL.
It's going to be AL, and I totally agree with you. Wild card positions in the AL. Who do you think takes home the wild card positions? Do you think Oakland's going to take it? Do you think the Yankees will take it? The Yankees?
I
think it's.
I would go with the Yankees.
As
much as I don't want to.
If I would be betting on it, I would be putting the Yankees.
I agree.
And I would be putting the Athletics there. And the fact that we have this crazy ass rotation in September where you can sign how many what is the limit here?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for you, but yeah, I mean, when you start playing games against teams that have 18 people in their bullpen.
Right, that's ridiculous. And I guess
like I just saw or just heard on the radio this morning that James Paxton is fighting a virus or whatever, so he's not going to be pitching on Saturday. So they're
crucial for the Mariners, but
right. I mean, but just as a for instance, see how this affects September baseball.
Right, but you can sign.
But
5.
But what they were talking about is moving Hernandez to that spot, and then I forget who they were going to put in his spot, and then on Sunday just have a bullpen day.
That's
just
ridiculous.
Whoever, and he can throw out 2 pitches, and then pitching change.
What's the point of a trade deadline? What is the point of a trade deadline if we're gonna go ahead and talk about this? What is the point of a trade deadline if you can sign 15 fucking starters?
I'm not sure if it's trading in between teams or if these are all guys coming up from AAA.
I don't know. The Yankees traded for Andrew McCutcheon just a couple weeks ago. I don't know how long ago it was verbatim, but Andrew McCutcheon is now miraculously on the Yankees and in a slot to win a World Series game if the Yankees proceed the way that they're proceeding.
I don't think they will.
Well, all I'm saying
Yankees
is
aren't going to the World Series.
all I'm saying is now there's a chance where he went from one team and now he's on another. And the trade deadline is it doesn't matter. Why do you even have a trade deadline if in September rolls around
you can just add whoever.
You can just add whoever the hell you want, whenever the hell you want. And what's the point?
And the thing that bugs me about that, them just being able to add players seemingly arbitrarily, is that it's the end of the season.
It is the end of the season.
You know,
this is the most important time.
Right. This is the time where 1 or 2 baseball games are going to be the difference between you going to the playoffs and you going home.
Exactly. Well, I don't know if it's situational for this year, but it could be in latter years or years prior.
Right.
And I don't understand why this is the situation. And they're talking about changing it in 2020? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, you're thinking of the preseason for football.
Preseason for football. So when are they talking about finally changing this? Because it needs to be changed.
As far as I know, there's no time frame with the MLB to actually change.
Wow, that's insane.
And there was... I have just heard about this a couple of times, but it wasn't that long ago where there was a limit. Like, you could bring up 4 or 5 guys from AAA and play them interchangeably in games.
My man!
Like, you could just add 5 new players that you didn't have and expand your roster. You could pick 5 of hitters, pitchers, fielders, didn't matter.
But now all of a sudden we're talking about...
Yeah, now you're talking about...
You can invite whoever you want to your team.
Right.
Whenever you want to invite them to your team.
And... yeah...
That's problematic. That's problematic for teams that are in
right
wild card contention. Because, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago... I wouldn't go that far, but 2-3 months ago, the Mariners were in contention. They were in first place.
Yeah, before the All-Star break.
And now we're playing the Athletics, and they got 16, what was it, 15, 12? Was it 12? How many guys are in their pitching rotation that makes it impossible?
The last time I looked, they had I think it was a 16-man bullpen.
That's ridiculous. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it's really bad for Seattle because they don't have that AAA team that's... not like Oakland does.
Tacoma is not good.
I don't know.
The Rainiers are not good. The Aqua Sox are not good. What is going on with Iwakuma? Why have we not seen Iwakuma all season?
Because
why is this motherfucker out and been out?
Because he had shoulder.
Tommy John's, right?
No, it was shoulder surgery.
It was shoulder. Okay.
Yeah. See, I got you.
So, yeah.
Well,
why is he
my man?
out, dude?
Because he was rehabbing, and they weren't planning on him actually playing most of this season. They were hoping to have him back by the end, but in practice, it's just not
was
happen.
never in the mix for them.
He just wasn't working he wasn't healing as quick as they thought he would. I mean, he's 37, 38 years old. And
he's an old pitcher.
As of today, the last thing I heard on Asashi Iwakuma was that he was trying to finish out his playing career in Japan.
I'm disappointed in that news.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in that news.
I was too, and because he was, he gave Seattle
a good run. A good run. And a great run.
And he was, still probably is in Japan, we'll see, but he had good games. He was a good pitcher. He was entertaining to watch. And he pitched the Seattle's 5th no-hitter against the Orioles.
Was it the 5th no-hitter?
Yeah, 5th no-hitter in Mariner history. I think it was against the Orioles. I'm pretty sure it was the Orioles.
I'm not entirely sure, but I was definitely staring into your soul. Man, I'm so disappointed in baseball just in general. I'm frustrated. I'm mad because I got excited once again for the Mariners. I got super excited.
Yeah.
We got to the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm. And remember the year before, we were talking...
We were over 500.
Yeah.
We were in first place.
That was the first time in how many years
years.
That going into the All-Star break, the Mariners were 500.
Man, it was exciting.
Or over 500
great.
this year.
I wanted to get on with listening to it on the phone. I have an app on my phone that I listen to baseball games.
Right.
And I wanted to go out of my way to listen to Mariners. I wanted to watch the Mariners. And I hadn't had that in a while. And then they started shitting the bed.
They did.
And it made me...
And in a big way. Like, they didn't taper off. They fell off the freaking cliff.
It was shitting the bed the best way that Seattle sports shits the bed.
Yeah, well, I can't deny that.
Seattle sports
it was
shitting the bed.
It was really disappointing.
It was super disappointing because I even if we didn't win the division, that's fine. We're in a division with the Houston Astros. We're in the division with...
Which you wouldn't, a couple of years ago...
thought that would have been
ever been the case.
Yeah. But the Houston Astros...
When Houston joined the division, we were all like, yay,
oh,
finally,
shit, yeah.
now
finally
the Mariners can beat.
Last.
Like, yes!
Yeah.
This is a great day!
And now fucking they're winning the World Series.
And my prediction is 2 times in a row.
2 times. You think they're going to win again?
I do.
I don't know. That's what I wanted to ask you next, man.
I think it's going to come down to Boston and Houston, and Houston give them
Unfortunately, the edge. I'm going to upset you.
And that's tough, because I think, in the AL, Boston has 2 legitimate MVP candidates on their team.
I totally agree with you, but that doesn't matter when it comes down to winning games.
And
when it comes down to winning games...
The only reason that Houston's in the position they're in now is because of Bergman.
And what makes you feel that way?
Because he was a consistent force on that team when everyone...
My man!
Altuve has been having a good year, but it's not the year it was last year.
Because why?
Well, his batting average is down, and there were a couple other things.
He got hurt halfway through the season.
He did.
He was outro.
But still, Bergman was there to just kind of... He's just kind of been moving around.
Cover down.
And just doing what they need to do.
Okay.
And he's just been that stopgap that has, kept Houston going for this year.
So it is September 12th.
Yep.
And you're going to sit here before the playoffs even start.
Yep.
And you're going to tell me Houston's winning their second World Series.
Yes, I am.
You want to hear my crazy prediction here?
Okay,
I think the Yankees come out here, and I'm going to hurt your fucking feelings by saying this, but I think the Yankees
are not beating Boston.
The Yankees will beat Boston. No. The Yankees will beat Boston in the last game of their series that they face each other. The Yankees will win, go to the World Series, play the Cubs, and sweep the Cubs. That's my prediction.
That's interesting, but it's wrong.
It's wrong. Okay. Well, hey, that's where I'm at on it.
Yeah,
My man!
Yeah,
You know, do you not have a rebuttal for me here? You just say it's wrong?
Yeah, it's just wrong.
It's just wrong. It's just wrong. You think Boston's going to beat the Yankees?
I do.
They are steamrolling right now. The Yankees are steamrolling right now. You don't think so?
Yeah, no, they are. They're hot. I just don't. I don't have. I don't have anything to specifically point out.
Hey, dude, don't let this be on your hat be bias for you, man. That doesn't mean bias. That means Boston.
I just can't say that the Yankees will beat Boston. I just can't. I won't do it. I'm just not gonna do it.
Hey, we'll talk about it whenever it comes up to the point when they start playing each other and the Yankees win in the last game of the series with Boston. I'm calling it right now.
My man!
Boston. Well, and then when they go to the World Series...
It would be kind of ironic after...
they gonna sweep. Bring out the broom.
I think any AL team that goes to the World Series is going to be a sweep.
Do you?
Probably.
I don't think Boston can sweep the Cubs.
I do.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you do.
Without a doubt.
I bet you do. Damn, man. Holy hell. So when are we going to even fix this issue in September with signing on whoever we want? Because this is a big issue. This is
really
huge. It's a big issue.
Yeah.
It needs to get fixed. It needs to get fixed sooner than later. And it seems like nobody's even talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Typically, things like that. That's pretty slow change. That's not something that you were just going to walk in the next season and it's going to be like, oh, there's all of a sudden a limit on.
It's not an abrupt change for sure. You got to bring it to a board. People need to agree on it. People need to sign shit.
And there's what I'm not even sure if baseball. I'm sure baseball players are just like the NFL, where they have
a players' association.
Yeah, they have a players'
For
association.
sure.
So trying to get them on board, because obviously the more people that they can get exposed to being in the major league setting rather than just in AAA or AA ball, it's better for them.
My man.
The problem about the whole thing is I don't even care if you sign X amount of players to your team on your roster.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest issue is that you are signing people from other teams, like the Andrew McCutchen trade. The Andrew McCutchen trade blew my mind. The biggest thing is what pissed me off about it is why do we even have a trade deadline? And I know we've already talked about that, and I'm talking about the fact that this is September now. Andrew McCutchen is a huge bat. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And that's a fucking bat, and the guy regularly hits above 250.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And now he's playing for the Yankees. Now he's in a team that is fighting for a wild card position. What's the point of the trade deadline?
I don't know.
116 wins, 2001. Isn't that true, though?
Yeah, so it was even a year before I said it was 2001.
Right. That's ridiculous.
So it's 17 years.
We are more than the Browns
by
of football,
4 years.
Of baseball.
Yeah.
That's why I take that fucking jersey off. If I didn't love the Mariners so much that I love them, I would fucking light this on fire, dude. This is trash. This is garbage. Sonics won in the 70s. Well, that's totally true, but the Storm have won in the last 3 years. The Seahawks have won in the last 5. We're not... It's not so terrible that we're just in a huge drought in Seattle for fucking wins.
And also
we're not.
The oh god, the Sounders won last year or the year before, somewhere in there.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't follow soccer.
I don't follow soccer either.
But I know they have won recently.
And that's a valid point.
And the Seattle, the rugby team just got one. I don't know if they won, but they did go to the finals in men's sevens.
Was it that long ago?
That was this year. That was in June.
Okay. felt like it was like just
Seawolves. The Seattle Seawolves.
I felt like it was just a few like weeks ago that we were talking about this, but
no. I told you about it a couple weeks ago, but yeah, the I don't know, whatever. Yeah, the men's finals in rugby was in June or early July.
Did they win?
I don't know.
Can we get a fact check on that? Anybody in here? Can we get a Google check? I'm looking at the chat. Alex is over here talking about let's smoke some fucking pot. That's great. Thanks, man. Fact check, people. Seattle Ultimate Frisbee is fire, though, too. What? Hey, man. It might be. But I'm not following it.
I didn't even know that they did that competitively.
I thought that was a recreational thing that people did.
Although, if I check my notes here, I'll let you know where is it? Oh, here we go. Austria wins Dodgeball World Championship.
Oh my god!
So that's a thing.
Austria won the Dodgeball Championship?
Austria.
What?
I don't know any other teams. Oh,
I don't fucking know either, man.
Also, Hafthor Bjorgensen is now the world's strongest man.
Is he? How much did he win? Did you actually watch it?
I did.
How much did he beat the other guy by?
Well, it was enough that when they got to the Atlas Stones, the other guy didn't compete.
Oh.
Well, Hafthor didn't have to. He just kind of like tried to pick one up, and then there's just like, too heavy. And just walked away, and the other guy...
Wow.
Yeah. And he still won by several points.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
So there are some other sports out there, too.
There are a lot of sports out there. Hey, Alex, if you want me to check out some Frisbee golf, some Ultimate Frisbee, I will do that for you. Give me some links. I will check it out, and we will talk about it. But, I mean, we're over here talking about ultimate lifting.
Get strong, bro.
Get strong. Do you even lift, bro?
I don't.
All right, man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. We will be right back.
Okay.
2, 3... maybe 4 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll talk NFL. We'll come back and we'll talk NFL. How's that sound for you guys? Sounds great to me. It's good stuff. I'll be right back.
Like a cop with the news, double tight, new lows. See him hanging, dangling, it's all proof. Solid on the roof like a Mac with gold jewels. Or playing craps where they don't really shoot. You playing, but it's all new. I chase like you saying, I know what y'all do, but you can't do what I do. I lead a pack through, bust a new song too. Banging on for you, tear up the track wearing spike shoes. Kick it like Jean-Claude do. I kick it like Jean-Claude do. I'm minding my business, my mind's in the business. Don't need up for the witness, just cross off the hit list. I'm aiming for the top and it's hard not to miss it. Tough like doing switch kickflips, sipping the Guinness. I hope I don't spill it before I finish. It'd be a gimmick, but I'm pushing past the limits. I am not of this earth, I'm one of the infinite. Survival of the physics, I strive to be the fittest. Balance like a gymnast, creator like a chemist. Spitting fire out my mouth like where's the dentist? No Seventh-day Adventist, I just break it down, rip it by the appendage. Now who the apprentice? My soul glow just like the heavens. Y'all sitting back, living in the dark dimension. I had to break through, say I had to snap the tension. I'm an old soul, but I'm still transcendent. Not to mention, I canceled all the henchmen. I do it on my own. I don't need no intervention. Can't stop me with the fear-based intention. Get over it, that's not to be feared. This little step puts you way past your peers. Prove to yourself these will be the good years. If you got my back, then lend me your ears. I'm so focused to be the dopest. I learn from everything, even the locust. Knowledge ain't always sweet, be careful, don't choke it. I learned some crazy shit, hocus pocus, abracadabra. I am the best with impeccable focus. This is self-love and I'm teaching y'all just so you know it. Whatever it is, just go repost it. I'll keep you on your wheels, set your true life in motion. West coastin'. We ain't bragging, we just driving and rolling. Yeah, smoking on a dope. Everybody lifted, so let's do it. Yeah.
So, last Thursday started out like any normal day.
Yeah, pretty normal.
Julie left for work, so Cooper and I were hanging out.
Good.
Chillin'.
Barking at squirrels. Namaste.
Namaste. Then, out of nowhere, Max starts tickling me.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But Julie came home and used Resolve Pet Expert,
Its latest formula attacks odors at the source.
leaving no odor, no stain, no nothing.
Yeah, so it was no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens, no big deal. Resolve.
The glass globe of the slide focused the sunlight enough to burn the sun's path in the grass. My plane flew before the paint was dry. My blind dad used a globe with Braille in school when he was a kid. This orange toilet paper and the reason behind it. Blaze orange is safer than white. White toilet paper could be mistaken for a deer towel. Don't take that chance. Be safe. Use rat wipe. I found a glitter glue bottle at work that had been there so long that the inside became solid. This bathroom sign with the first letter falling off was still accurate. Disney disguise their princesses with a rope when they are not performing. These school crosswalk signs are shaped like stick figures. This mirror at my hotel tells guests the current weather conditions. The way the cinnamon sugar fell between my bagels. Flagpole struck by lightning. This LBI restaurant's commemoration of how high the water level was inside during Hurricane Sandy. I got double printed 3D beams. Designated room for dogs in the Las Vegas airport. My box of tissue has a tiny window in the corner so you can see when you are about to run out. This giant strawberry that nearly grew into a semicircle.
Yes, you did. You did
This
sure
glass stands diagonally.
miss that there was an intermission. Guys, I don't know if you knew this, but we are live on Facebook and we are live on Twitch. If you guys are live on Twitch, come check us out. Rictorshoue, RICTORSHOU, and that's on Twitch. And it is September, and it only costs $1 to get on Twitch to sub to our channel, and we would love the subs. That would be fantastic. And Skylar is over here hating on it. It's all good. Doesn't matter. But September, come over, sub to the channel. Watch us on Facebook. We will be doing this weekly. Eric is back. We're going to talk NFL now.
Yep.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Got enough water?
Oh, yeah.
You're good. Cool. Everybody's back. Nobody was here, baby. I'm here. You're here. We're all here. Everybody's here. And we are talking NFL now.
Yep.
What did you get from the Seahawks game? Tell me how you felt about that.
Yo, oddly optimistic, actually.
Oddly optimistic. That's what you got from the Seahawks game?
There was a lot of problems, but the Seahawks had 9 rookies, 7 of them played. It could have been much worse. There were opportunities where that potentially, that could have been, just a blowout, but it was close.
My biggest problem is, and I've been sitting on this all week since we sat in the truck and listened to the game together, is I felt Russell Wilson cost the Seahawks that game.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson was the problem. Not the offensive line.
No.
Not the defense.
Definitely not the defense.
But Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson cost them the game. Russell Wilson cost them the game because he was trying to run out of the situations in which he could not run out of. No. Because he is a playmaker, and that's fine. Make plays, but when it's time to throw the ball, throw the fucking ball.
Yeah, don't hold on to it for 6 sacks.
I think, and from what I looked at and I watched the highlights, half of those sacks were because Russell Wilson held on to that ball.
He held on to it and tried to be elusive like he always does.
And you can't do that going into week 2 playing the Bears.
No.
With Khalil Mack.
Not with Khalil Mack.
With Khalil Mack on their defense, you can't do that, man.
You saw what happened to Russell Wilson with Von Miller on the team.
How about them Chiefs? Alex says. You know what, man? I'm pretty excited about the Chiefs. You know why I'm pretty excited about the Chiefs? No. I'm excited about the Chiefs because their quarterback is young. Their quarterback is playing at a high caliber where he could be elite. Did you pay attention to the...
I didn't.
You didn't? All right, man. Look at this guy. I don't remember what the numbers were. Can I look at the numbers real quick? Alex Mahomes. That's what his name is? Alex Mahomes. I think he threw for 4 touchdowns. I'm looking at.
Looks like he's also a very successful actor. Yeah. Oh, he was in Prison Break too.
First Manhunt.
Oh, okay. He was also in Black Hawk Down, I think.
He was in Black Hawk Down.
Yep.
Okay, so what I got from the Chiefs, and I know you want to talk about it, Alex, and I want to talk about it too, was that guy is definitely going to lead the Chiefs into a playoff spot. If you don't think so, tell me otherwise. Tell me otherwise.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch that game.
You didn't watch that game? Alex Mahomes, his second career start, helped validate the Alex Smith trade. Last year's number 10th overall pick utilized arm strength, creative throwing angles, including a slant to Tyreek Hill, who went off. Tyreek Hill, dude, went off. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but with a 58-yard touchdown and touching the 38-28 victory over the Chargers. Okay, look. I'm excited about the Chiefs. I'm excited to watch them continue and grow. Pat Mahomes. No, he is. Ravens. Everybody's talking. Okay, so Pat Mahomes. Man, that guy's going to lead the Chiefs to a wild card slot because the Denver Broncos, in my opinion, will win the division.
The Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Sure. I wasn't all that impressed with Case Keenum during that game. I think the reason that game with the Seahawks was as close as it was is he kept the Seahawks in it. I mean, how many interceptions did he throw? 3?
I think
at least 3, because Magoo got 2 and Earl Thomas got 1.
McDonald.
McDonald, yeah, sorry.
Magoo was the quarterback that they let go.
Right, yeah. Yeah, those nicknames.
Well, he's McGooey anyway.
Yeah, well. Not gonna go there.
So, can we go ahead and proceed talking about the fact that
the Browns didn't lose?
The Browns did not lose. The Pittsburgh Steelers
tied the Browns.
Can we talk about that? Is that okay with everybody?
Oh, man.
Tell me how you feel about that. Leave me in.
I'm excited.
You're excited.
I don't know why I've always had this like weird intrigue with the Browns.
Because
always wanted them to do good.
Because they're the trash of football.
Man, maybe
just
that's
as the Mariners are the trash of
maybe
baseball.
That's why I like the Mariners too. I don't know. But
hey.
I can't explain it. I'm just so happy. And maybe it's also that I don't like Ben Roethlisberger.
I don't like Ben Roethlisberger either. Prison Break is an awesome show. I wasn't trying to talk about that, but hey,
never seen an episode.
Not a single episode. But hey, check this out, dude. The Browns have had the best start that they have had since what? 2000, 2005? Somewhere in between that gap.
Here, let me, I'll just check my...
Fact check.
No idea.
It's been a long time since the Browns didn't lose a game on the opener. And that's fantastic.
But yeah, they didn't lose, so, you know.
And it was against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And they're a good team.
It was against the great Pittsburgh Steelers. Yep. And the problem is because Le'Veon Bell didn't show up. Le'Veon Bell was not there.
Yeah, that would have been a difference.
You think so? Because I fucking think so. Yeah. I think that if Le'Veon Bell didn't have this contractual problem, which really isn't a contractual problem.
I thought they still had him for another year.
They still have him for another year.
I didn't think that
what he's doing is just bitching. What he's doing is just bitching.
When he got that contract, what was that, 2 or 3 years ago? I mean, Pittsburgh took advantage of him.
Pittsburgh has always taken advantage of him. And should you not, with a great fucking running back, the way that Le'Veon Bell is, Le'Veon Bell is their second most receiving player on their team, and he's their running back.
Yeah.
He is their running back, and he has the second, not the first, not the third, but the second most receptions on the team. And he's getting 30 carries a game. That's detrimental to a running back.
Yeah.
Even in his prime. And he should be paid as such. And I know they don't have contractual agreements to this guy. I know they can't pay him anymore because that's not their...
They've signed the contract.
They've already signed the contract. But they need to give this guy what he's asking. And if they don't... And if they everything that they're asking...
Someone else will.
Someone else will. Everything that man is asking, you give it to him. You give it to him because he is the reason why you don't tie the fucking Browns in week 1.
Yeah.
He is the reason why you do not tie the Browns in week 1. Mm-hmm. Antonio Brown isn't the fucking answer.
Obviously
Antonio Brown is not the answer because you tied the Browns.
Yeah, you had Antonio Brown
in week 1. In week 1, Eric. Explain that to me.
The Browns, they drafted Baker Mayfield, and then they just picked up, Is it Tyrod or T-Rod or
Tyrod?
I've heard it
Tyrod
pronounced
Taylor?
like 3 different times.
It doesn't matter. We all
Anyway.
my man, baby.
So they just signed Tyrod Taylor, 4 weeks ago,
Yep.
and now he's a starting quarterback and ties the Steelers.
Do you think that Baker Mayfield would have
I don't
brought the Cleveland Browns to a victory instead of a tie?
I don't know. I don't know if he would have or not. I just thought that was interesting that, you know,
That was the choice.
that was their choice. And, oh, man. I might have it written down.
Maybe. Hey, for viewers, brothers, is September. Slap a sub. Let me know what's up.
Who is the quarterback that got drafted just after?
I do know Doe.
What?
Sorry, I was talking to the chat. Who is the quarterback that did what now?
I don't know. He got drafted just after Mayfield. It was in between him and Mayfield. And anyway, he started somewhere, and I thought he did a pretty good job. I think the
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
That's what you're talking
Yep.
about? Okay, let's go ahead and fucking dissect that. Sam Darnold. I totally agree with you.
He didn't have a good first quarter, but after that,
It doesn't matter
He
that
won
you
the
didn't
game.
have. He won the
Well,
game
he
fashionably.
he didn't necessarily win the game for the Lions.
Fashionably,
not the Lions.
man. Fashionably.
Who the hell
I
does
don't
he
remember.
play for?
The Jets.
The Jets.
I don't remember what the final was, but it was over 40.
Yeah, it was a high score.
It has nothing to do with the fact that they scored over 40 and the fact that Sam Darnold played well. It has to do with the fact that the Detroit Lions did not show up to play that game. And from what I've heard and from what I've read online is Matt Patricia is not running that fucking locker room very well.
Really?
And nobody wants to have anything to do with Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia is the problem. Talk about coaching trees, man. Matt Patricia is the problem there.
I had not heard that myself,
Yeah.
but
Matt Patricia is the problem. The Detroit Lions have always played well. Always been playoff contention. These guys are fighting to get rid of Matt Patricia. And that's my opinion. Has nothing to do with Sam Darnold doing well. Not that Sam Darnold didn't do well.
I think he played a good game.
He played great. Hey, don't take that away from the man.
No, and whether, going back to your earlier, question for me there, I don't know if Baker Mayfield would have, putting him in would have given the Browns the win. But it just seemed odd to me that they, go through this and
45-17 was the final for the Jets. Thank you, Alex.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That is an answer.
That's impressive.
Jesus.
But it has nothing to do with Sam Darnold. Continue.
I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, right.
I mean to derail you, brother.
I don't know, it just struck me as odd, and I don't know, I can't remember the head coach for the Browns, whether that decision was just him just trying to, put him kind of on ice, if you will, to prolong his position as the head coach of the Browns. I don't know,
Me personally, and I'm looking at it as a GM perspective, as noticing that the Cleveland Browns are the Cleveland Browns. If you go out there and you tie the Pittsburgh Steelers without Le'Veon Bell, you keep that man. I don't care if they fucking go. I don't care if they go 0-15 the rest of the year. You keep that man because you tied the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't disagree with you now. I just thought that was a weird decision that you just pick up another quarterback like that.
You know what?
And then just give him the start. And
for sure. And I totally agree with you.
I thought that was odd. But yeah, now that he's had success.
This is the result. And
I agree. I would absolutely.
I wouldn't even call it success. I would call it success in the Browns' case.
Well, yeah, when you're talking about a team that didn't win they've won one game in 2 years.
No. I don't even think they've won one game in 2 years.
They did.
Have they?
They won.
They did?
Last year they
Can
lost.
we get a twist?
And the year before that they won once.
Confirmation? 1 year. That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, one game in 2
That's
years.
Insanity. Football fantasy trade question. Would you trade Tyreek Hill and Royce Freeman for Bell, who's on a holdout still? Honestly, and I'm in the same situation as you would think, is I drafted Le'Veon Bell. And I've had offers for Le'Veon Bell. Even if the man holds out till week 10, I'm holding on to Le'Veon Bell. I'm not trading him for anybody unless he's a solid quarterback or a solid running back. And Tyreek Hill is a solid running back, but I don't know about Royce Freeman. So you should get more value, and this is just my opinion, you should get more value than Royce Freeman with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill plus someone else with more value for Le'Veon Bell. And that's just my opinion. He might hold out till week 10. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. Week 10, that's a long fucking time from now.
It is a long time.
But Le'Veon Bell is the number 2 wide receiver on that team and the number 1 running back on that team. That's why that man has so much value. And that's why you hold on to that man. And that's just my opinion. I don't know.
I don't play fantasy football.
I'm not a fucking ESPN expert. I don't know that. But that's just my opinion. I would hold on to Le'Veon Bell, and anybody who has asked me for the trade of Le'Veon Bell, I hold on to him unless I have a good quarterback or a good running back to fit that position. Because when that man comes back, he's putting up 20, 30 points weekly. And that's just where I stand on that.
Okay. I don't play fantasy football, so I have no input.
Do you not think that Le'Veon Bell is the best running back in the game? Tell me who you think is a...
I don't. I think he is.
Le'Veon Bell is by far the best running back in the game, man.
Yeah, I mean, how that equates to fantasy football, I don't know.
Man, you get down on fantasy football,
yeah,
my man's is slacking.
As soon as they, get it for a flip phone, I'll get right on it.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
Like, dude, I'm still...
Check your fucking computer weekly.
This guy.
He won't fucking play fantasy football, guys. How ridiculous is that?
It's not that I wouldn't. It's...
You just don't. I invited him to my fantasy baseball game.
It's because I'm scared.
I invited him to my fantasy baseball league for fun. We didn't even pay for it. I didn't even want to have a part of it.
It seems like too much of a commitment.
Too much of a commitment. I'm
this
down with
what
it.
Is our 10 million baseball games? Like, good lord.
Understandable. But football,
I have to go to work at some point.
But football is a weekly commitment, where baseball is a daily commitment.
Decades.
Decades, he says.
I love baseball, but good lord, that season is...
Chad, if you disagree, man, let me know. That's just how I feel about that. I don't know. There's just... Le'Veon Bell has so much value, and there's no other running back in the league that has that much value. I don't care who it is. Maybe Marshawn Lynch 5 years ago.
I still think I would take Bell over Lynch.
I'm still taking Bell over Lynch too, man. I'm still taking Bell over Lynch too, man. So,
I mean, as good as and as entertaining as Marshawn Lynch was to watch,
it was great to watch that, man. That was beast mode at the fucking finest, bro.
And when he got that dreadlock ripped out his head,
it was great.
Oh,
it
man.
It was great, man. It was fantastic. So, now that we are hitting a transitional period, can we go ahead and talk about week 2? After what you've seen from week 1, can you give me predictions? Because it is Wednesday, and tomorrow is the first game of week 2, and tomorrow's game is the Ravens against the Bengals. Tell me your predictions.
Ravens gonna win.
Ravens are gonna win.
Ravens are gonna win.
I totally agree with you. I think the Ravens are gonna win by a field goal or 2, but not a touchdown. Not a touchdown. If they score a touchdown and they take the lead, they're gonna miss the field goal.
Is Ravens +6.
Ravens +6. Bengals do not have this.
Yeah,
And this is even in Cincinnati. The Ravens defense will stuff the Bengals all day. And it will be rough for the Bengals. Andy Dalton doesn't...
I don't think it's going to be pretty.
Andy Dalton doesn't have it in him. The rest of the week looks like Chiefs and Steelers. Who do you have against the Steelers and Chiefs? The Steelers came out here and fucking tied the Bills. Or the Browns.
Yeah, just because I know you're going to go with the Chiefs, I'm going to go with the Steelers.
You're going to go with the Steelers.
Yeah.
You know what's fucking hilarious is I was going to go with the Steelers too. Damn it. I think that even the stud quarterback that the fucking Chiefs have right now, the Steelers will come out with or without Le'Veon Bell, and they will come back to Pittsburgh, and they will show that they are a force to be reckoned with. They will shit on the Steelers.
They're the Chiefs.
Or the Chiefs.
Because they're playing... Are they playing in Pittsburgh?
They are playing in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
They will come in... They will come to Pittsburgh. They will shit on the Chiefs. The Chiefs don't stand a chance against the Steelers.
I just don't see that the Steelers are, even after tying the Browns, as comical as that is.
They're coming back with a fucking vengeance. I agree. They're coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah. And
they're coming back with a vengeance.
And playing in Pittsburgh, I think that, that gives you an advantage.
And I honestly think that there's even a chance... I don't want to put my money on it, but maybe Le'Veon Bell will come back. And if Le'Veon Bell does come back, we'll find out, I think maybe tomorrow. I don't know the practice squad position here. When we find out when Le'Veon comes back, he will come back. But if he does come back, and if it's not confirmed that he comes back just yet, they will lean heavily on Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown will go off and have a fucking fantastic game. The Chiefs will win. The Steelers will win with over 30 points.
Wow.
Over 30 points.
I just think they're going to win. I don't know about how much, but
I'm saying over 30 points. The Steelers will have over 30. Dolphins, Jets. How do you feel about that?
Dolphins, Jets. I don't know what the Dolphins did last week.
You want to check facts?
Sure.
The Dolphins played New York.
Oh, and they...
That's preseason, baby.
Oh, that's preseason? Oh, okay.
1 second. My computer is lagging. They played the Giants, and I'm pretty sure that they won preseason week 3.
It was up there.
Preseason week 4. Preseason week 5. Week 1. Dolphins Titans. That's right, because they had over a 4-hour delay. I remember now. They won
that was the Thunder game.
That was the game that had the Thunder.
Yeah,
the Thunder
that's
down
right.
under. And from what I remember is that game had minimal scores up until the fourth quarter, and it was a fucking shootout the rest of the way. And the Dolphins came on top. Dolphins, Jets. I'm taking Jets and Sam Darnold, and I think that they win by 2 scores. I'm going to say 2 touchdowns. They win by 14. But Kenny Stills is going to have a good fucking game. Just because he's on my fantasy team. He's on my fantasy team.
Yeah, honestly, I think that one could go either way. I'm going to go Dolphins, though.
You're going to go Dolphins?
I'm going Dolphins.
So
I have nothing to back that up with. That's just a gut feeling.
You're taking Ravens?
Dolphins and the Steelers.
Okay. Eagles.
My man.
Buccaneers. The Buccaneers went off last week. Ryan Fitzpatrick threw for over 400 yards with 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, and that Eagles-Falcons game
was a mess. That was garbage. That was almost the worst football I've ever watched.
And I watched
since I've been watching fucking football. That was garbage.
Yeah, that was
trash. I'm taking the Buccaneers.
I'm with you on that one.
And I think that the Eagles shit the bed there. It's going to be a close game. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not going to throw the same way that he threw last week, and he's not going to throw as many touchdowns as he threw.
And also, I mean, I don't think Nick Foles is as bad as people,
say
he is. Yeah, that he's a 4-win backup quarterback.
No. That man is a starter anywhere else that doesn't have a franchise quarterback.
I've heard other people say that. I disagree. I mean, he beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
That man is a starting quarterback anywhere else. Ravens, Chiefs. Reed won't let it happen. No. Dolphins played Titans 20. Fucking Brady for president. Devin. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop. Buccaneers over Eagles. Do you agree with me there?
Yes.
All right. Browns and Saints. I'm going out here on a limb, and I say the Buccaneers, or the Browns win by 2 points. They win by a safety. The Saints have looked like shit. Yeah. They only scored because Alvin Kamara carried them on the back, and Alvin Kamara won't do that against the Browns. The Browns get their first win in 2 years. Browns win.
I hope so.
Browns win. Saints lose by 2 points and a safety. I'm calling a safety.
I can't remember who the Saints played last week.
The Saints played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's right.
And they had the shootout.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
48-40.
Yeah, that's right.
The Browns won't let that happen. The Browns will stand there.
I think the Browns' defense is better than that.
Firm and strong. The Browns will stand there firm and strong. Buccaneers have no defense.
The Saints.
Browns.
We're talking Browns Saints.
I was talking about the Buccaneers. What I was saying is that the Buccaneers got shit on with 40 points as a defense.
Right.
40 points as a defense is a lot. You're getting shit on at that point.
The other defense gave up 48, so
That's true. And I totally agree with you. Eric, do you think Gronk for Melvin Gordon is a good trade?
who the hell is Melvin Gordon?
He is the running back for the San Diego Chargers. Let me pull up stats for you.
The last time I watched a San Diego Chargers game was when the Seahawks played them in the preseason last year.
Melvin Gordon, dude. Here's your stats. He played against the Chiefs. 15 carries, 64 yards, 43 average, or 4.3 average with 9 receptions. If you're in a PPR league, that's easy 9 points.
I have no idea what that means.
Points per reception. Every time he gets the football,
the
pass to him.
League or whatever in the point situation.
That's what I'm explaining to you. PPR means points per reception.
Uh-huh.
So every time the quarterback throws the ball,
okay,
and he catches it, that's 1 point.
Okay.
9 receptions is easy 9 points.
Okay.
How often do you think Phillip Rivers is going to give him the ball? He has yards, 64 yards. It's not great, but I mean, it's Melvin Gordon. So the question is, do you think Gronkowski for Melvin Gordon is a good trade?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
I don't either. I don't either. Gronkowski is going to definitely put up way more points.
Sure.
You don't think so?
In terms of fantasy football, I don't fucking know. Sure, yeah.
I'm just trying to sway Devin into taking my trade. That's really all it is.
Oh.
Wilson to New England after Brady and the Pats win the Super Bowl this year. Come on, man. Don't do that to me. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't do that. Where were we at? Colts Redskins. Colts Redskins. Tell me your thought process on that game. Andrew Luck is back. Andrew Luck is back, baby. Tell me how you feel about not happening. It's all good, baby. Andrew Luck is back.
Yeah,
Colts.
I don't know.
Redskins. How do you feel about that game?
Again, I think I really don't know much about either one of those teams at this point. I didn't watch either of those games.
You want stats on both of them?
Sure. I don't know. I think my initial...
Colts lost to the Bengals 34-23.
Yeah.
I think the Redskins
They
lost
won.
as
No,
well.
They won 24-6.
24-6 over the... Well, the Cardinals are trash anyway.
Yeah.
Cardinals are buttholes. If you're a Cardinals fan, sorry. Feel bad about it.
Now you know how we feel about it as Mariners fans.
Hey! You don't even know yet.
I guess I'd take the Redskins. I don't know. That's just... Fuck, I don't know.
Fuck, you don't know. Okay.
It's baseball season, man. I've been watching baseball.
I hear you. We got 8 games to pick. Pick 'em. Panthers, Falcons. Panthers, I'm taking the Falcons. Texans, Titans. Titans, I'm taking the Texans.
Okay.
Cardinals, Rams.
Rams.
Definitely taking the Rams. All day. Lions, 49ers.
49ers.
I'm taking the 49ers as well. I think the Lions locker room is broken, and they won't win more than 4 games this year. Raiders, Broncos.
I'm going to go with the Raiders.
I'm taking the Broncos all day. What I saw from the game the other night that the Raiders had was garbage fucking penalties.
That's why I fell asleep
in
the first quarter.
Garbage penalties with great coaching. That is a team full of veterans that should know better, but they don't know better. And that's the problem. Broncos over the Raiders. That's for me.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but...
Patriots, Jags.
Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots as well. Giants, Cowboys. I'm taking the Giants.
Why?
Because I think Odell Beckham Jr. is going to take advantage of the fact that the Cowboys do not have a very good defense. And he's going to exploit the fact that he can go deep down the ball, take that long ball, score some touchdowns. If you got fucking Odell Beckham Jr. on your fantasy team, play him. Not that you wouldn't anyway, but Seahawks, Bears. I'm taking the Bears. I love the Seahawks. I'm taking the Bears, and I'm only taking the Bears because I think that after watching Von Miller shit all over the Seahawks O-line,
that's true,
that Khalil Mack is going to do that tenfold. And Khalil Mack is going to not give the Seahawks an option to throw down the ball. They have no run game. They haven't established a run game. Chris Carson is not the running back that they think he is. And this is just my opinion, but Seahawks are in for a rough season.
I agree.
And they're riding on Chris Carson's coattails for too long, and they will learn it.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
They will learn it come Monday. You guys following the Sox? Going for 100 wins tonight. Pretty anticlimactic, but David Price is pitching a hell of a game. Just threw a little while and threw up a little bit in my mouth. That's pretty intense, bro. I'm taking the Bears as well. All right, so I think that the Red Sox will definitely break 100 fucking wins.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. They're definitely breaking 100 wins.
Yeah, and they got... yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Definitely break. And it's Monday night. It is Monday night.
It is Wednesday.
No, he's talking about the Seahawks game.
Oh.
The Bears will take that game. As much as I am a Seahawks fan, the Bears will take that game. I'm saying it now. The Bears will take it. I love the Seahawks to death, but...
yeah, we'll see.
Devin, do you think that the Boston Red Sox will be winning the World Series this year? You tell me, brother. It sucks watching him get sacked 4 times in a game. It does suck watching him get sacked actually 6 times in a game. He got sacked 6 times in a game. You don't think the World Series is going to the Boston Red Sox? I don't either. You tell me who you think is going to win the World Series here, brother. Bullpen is a joke. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say so.
Bullpen's a joke. Man.
Yeah, they have...
That's salt.
They have everything to get to the playoffs, but they're not winning.
They're not winning?
No.
You don't think so? Astros. That's what this man's saying. I'm saying Yankees. As much as you guys are Boston fans, I'm taking Yankees.
Oh.
I am taking Yankees.
Then I'm taking the Cubs.
Wow. That's dirt, bro. You're throwing me some dirt.
That's fine.
Throwing me some dirt, man.
Anyone who beats the Yankees is my favorite team.
Throwing me some dirt. Okay. Astros will skip it again. Their starters are locked down. I think their offense is way more pertinent than their bullpen is. I think their offense is more pertinent than their bullpen is. They can rely on the bats before they have to rely on the pitching staff. And that's normally not what wins baseball games. But that's just my opinion.
And they do have a very well-rounded team, too. I mean, they have decent pitching. They have, big bats, and their defense is good.
Their defense is great.
Yeah.
And Chad has a good point as well as Devin that their pitching staff is locked down. It is. But I think that the fact that they have a really good offense, dude. Their offense is way more than because you can have a great pitching staff,
but once they start hitting, I've only seen a handful of games this year where another team was able to catch up to the Astros.
Yeah, after you reach X amount of points, there's nobody else that's reaching. Unless you have the Astros against the A's, and this is just my opinion about the MLB right now, is if you're playing the Astros with the Athletics, the pitching staff, after maybe the 6th or 7th inning, nobody is going to catch up to you after you reach X points. Let's say 5 runs. Who's outscoring the Athletics after 5 runs?
No, and the other thing that they have is that their ability to have a lead and hold on to it going into the 7th inning. That's something that's
a problem
that the A's have done time and time again, and they're really good at it. Which, if you're going to be playing in the postseason, you need to be able to do.
You have to be able to do that.
You can't. Like, what was that game that the Mariners played a couple weeks ago, and they gave up 8 runs in 1 inning?
Yeah, garbage.
They're not something you
Did Felix start that? I think Felix started that one.
I don't think he did.
Maybe Gonzalez? It doesn't matter.
I'm not going to go back.
I don't want to go back and get pissed off about the fucking Mariners again, man. Hey, Brock Bell, thanks for the host. I appreciate it. Boston fans, you're not alone. We got homeboy over here. We got Devin in the chat. You guys are not alone. Those Boston fans are definitely out there.
Oh, yeah.
They shouldn't be, though. Let's go Mariners.
Oh, yeah. After you just said you were going to burn your jersey.
I didn't say I was going to burn my jersey. What I said was...
You wanted to.
I wanted to, but I'm not going to because I'm a loyal, devoted fan.
And it costs money.
I don't care if it costs money. I don't sit here and root for the Seattle Seahawks and then start rooting for the Patriots, friends, who are in the chat. I'm just saying, I'm a devoted Seattle fan. Speaking of devoted Seattle fan, how do you think the Storm are gonna do? Let's talk WNBA for
They're gonna win
for like 2 minutes. T-minus 2 minutes. That's it. They're gonna win.
They're gonna win.
I think they're gonna lose tonight, and then they're gonna win the next game. No sweep. 3 championships. WNBA.
I don't know if they're going to sweep them, but
they will not sweep.
They're going to win the championship.
They will win. Remember A-Rod and that teal jersey. Oh, bro. Oh. Damn. Royals. Yeah. Stop with the Kansas stuff. The Royals been dead. The Royals are dead. The Royals will be dead for a while. They don't even have Eric Hosmer anymore. He plays for the Padres. Who do they have now? They traded that team away.
I can't think of a single player that plays for the Royals.
They traded that team away, baby. Hey, you can be Royals fans all you want. Hey, man, I admitted to jumping ship to that bandwagon. Yes, you did. And I'm proud that you are at least admitting it. The Royals are dead to me.
And everybody.
And everybody. They should be dead to you. You should jump ship, Alex. You should jump ship. I'm telling you. Get on that Mariners bandwagon. We'll win a fucking playoff game here, maybe in the next 10 years. Man alive. You got anything else more to add? Feel like you need to talk about anything else more? Do you want to take a break and maybe come back for like 5-10 minutes?
I think we pretty much covered everything that I had.
Does anybody have anything that they would like to talk about? Besides Teddy Bruschi, Wilson is one of my favorite players of all time. Mine too. Devoted KS girl, no matter what. I like it, and you fucking rock your Kansas all day. You do that. Hey guys, I appreciate everybody who showed up and watched the show. If you were on Facebook Live or you were on Twitch, guys, thanks for coming out. I don't know when we're going to do it again, but we will definitely do it again next week. And we're talking about having maybe a few guest spots. We've already got that in the works.
Next week's gonna be fun.
And I think that our structure on how we're doing this is going to be different. I think that I probably won't just be sitting here with my laptop with a rough draft of how we're going to be running this and my cell phone running on Twitch. I don't know exactly 100%.
That thing was on.
Yeah, that's been running the whole time, baby.
Well, then I would stop, sitting in the shadows if I...
It's all good, man. We'll get it all figured out. We'll hash out everything. Fucking Bruins traded Adam Mack. Dude, I'm so ready to talk hockey, and I need to get this man on board with the hockey. This guy needs to start educating himself with hockey because I want to talk hockey. When hockey season rolls around, hockey is what I want to talk about. But, you guys, thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching. Nick, how do you feel about hockey weeding out the goon position? Explain what you mean. Weeding out the goon position. I mean, I'm figuring you're talking about guys that just come in there and fucking swing. But I don't know what you mean. The goon position. The goon position means to me this guy that comes out on the, like Brad Marchand. The guy's a good hockey player, but he's a dirty player, and he comes out here and he just swings on people. And he just plays dirt. A fighter. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Brad Marchand's a good hockey player, but he plays dirt. I would much rather watch hockey than guys fighting. And that's just me. That's just me being real with you, because if I want to watch fighting, I'm going to watch the UFC. I'm the fucking Goon Squad, and that's just how I feel about that. You got any opinion on that?
Not really. It's always fun to...
Sean Thornton. I will.
It's always watching fun people throw punches and stuff, but yeah.
Does Sean Thornton play for the San Jose Sharks? Is that the same Thornton you're talking about? For that response. But before we get that response, guys, everybody who showed up and is watching this now or watching it later, thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. Lushik, for sure. All right, man. All I'm saying is I would much rather watch dynamics of hockey than watching guys swing on each other. And if I felt that way, used to play for the Bruins. And if I felt that way, I would watch MMA. And I do watch MMA because I like to watch fighting. And I watch hockey because I want to watch hockey and not fighting. And that's really what it boils down to. Guys, we will be back next week. Typical Blues fan, he fucking says. We will be back next week. We will talk about more NFL. We'll talk about it being closer to playoffs in the MLB. We will talk about anything you guys want to talk about. We'll talk about sports. We just want to talk, man. That's all it is. I'm excited. I'm so glad that everybody who showed up. Everybody that showed up, watched it. We appreciate it. Absolutely. You got anything else to say before we sign off? We hit an hour and a half. That's a long time for us to be talking about sports.
Yeah. Can be.
Is that it for us? Is that it for you?
That's it for me.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Until next week. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night.